Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome to year 3 of Flashpoint Friday. And to start us off, we have a game called Bamboo. And we have some menu options, game start, load game, how to play, quality. Looks like there's some Japanese text underneath here too. So quality should be fine on high. How to play. Ooh, yeah, this is definitely a Japanese game. Unfortunately, I I am not fluent in Japanese, so I don't know what this is telling me to do. But let's just, I guess, go ahead and start the game and see what we're in for. Room 1. Okay. Oh, interesting bit of that didn't really change any perspectives, though, did it? I was going to say an interesting shift in perspective, but alright. We're looking inside a wastebasket. Trying to click around. So far, it looks like there's only the door and the wastebasket for interactive objects. This door, though, appears to be locked. What's this? I guess, is that the lock to the door? Strange place to put a lock, but okay. Oh, we have an item UI now, and a question mark at the top right. What happens if I click on this? Nothing. Okay. Oh, but there's something in the wastebasket this time around. It's like a kind of top or something like that. Alright. This is locked again. Do we have to use this in there? Now will you open? No. Okay. Oh. Do we crawl through the hatch? Yes. Okay. Interesting. So this is kind of an escape game, if you think about it, but it's kind of a different spin on your typical escape game. Because you're essentially going through what appears to be identical rooms at first glance, but every time you enter the next room, something is different, or something has been added to it. So, interesting. Well, did that do anything? No. I'm not quite sure what the puzzle is for this one. Because clicking on this... Oh, wait. Is it dependent on where your cursor is, maybe? Ah, yes. Okay. So I left click and held and dragged to the right to open the door that time around. Interesting. Yeah, normally I'm not a fan of these escape games and such, and who knows, maybe the appeal of this starts to wear thin after a while, but this is honestly kind of a novel take on the genre, if I'm being perfectly honest. Well, can we use the key on the door? There we go. That one was pretty straightforward, I felt. Yeah, things are getting more complex, though. Now there's different colored buttons on the door. And there's a wall with, it looks like kind of the same kind of buttons depicted there. I wonder if that's a certain pattern that we need to... Uh-oh. Is this like a... Let's see. So we go in a clockwise fashion. I said uh-oh because I thought this was like a sliding block puzzle at first. I'm terrible at those. Let's see. So, yeah, looks like we go in a clockwise fashion kind of inwards. But when I click on this on the wall picture though, nothing happens. I can't drag this anywhere. think the most I can do with this is just click it. Huh. Well, I might be stuck. Let me look at that one more time. Okay. It has to do something with the sign on the wall, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not getting this. Okay, well, I think to save the viewer the agony of watching me banging my head against the wall multiple times here, I will maybe go ahead and call it here. So I think we have a pretty good grasp of this game by this point. So I'll meet you folks back on the main menu and I'll give you my thoughts. So that's Bamboo, and yeah, it's definitely a puzzle game. I guess you could say it's a type of escape game, but really I feel like it's kind of almost its own beast compared to the other escape games that I've played on this series, where essentially you're repeating the same room over and over, but there's something new every time that adds to the complexity of the puzzles and brain teasers that you have to solve to progress. So, because of that, I would say that this is not only maybe a game that fans of escape games might want to check out, but fans of puzzle games and brain teasers in general. I don't know how far you'll get. I certainly didn't get very far, but then again, I'm generally not very good at these kinds of puzzle games, so take that into consideration. I could definitely see, though, where puzzle game aficionados might get a kick out of this, but if this doesn't pique your interest based on what you've seen, then you're probably not missing much. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.